Hello, chat. Sorry, that was loud. It's disco night. It's disco night. It's the wrong, no. Game capture. But, what did I do with game capture? Come on. There we go. Okay, so. It is now 9 p.m. in game. I am able to talk with this dude. I had forgotten that you can pass time by just looking at stuff in your inventory.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds.
It would be front lit, wouldn't it? Because his back is against the wall.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
I have many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around.
We smoke an unfiltered crack, you
neighboring windows have lit up.
goddamn idiot. I forget what the line is.
Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard,
You dumb fuck.
disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Only if you promise we talk again.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, all right?
Huh? How about reaction speed? I could use more of that.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Why is he always leaving, Kim?
Who knows, detective? It's a mystery.
Something different about him.
Different, of course.
Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? Isn't he cold?
His shirt. His shirt.
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries of his shirt.
His shirt? No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Am I funny to you?
Come on, detective.
Am I a joke?
We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
But it's Tuesday. Oh, awesome. Free umbrella hat. I want to see what else is in here first. Nice.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
His hands have never seen an honest day's work in his life.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur la Clé.
Sur la clé.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Tell me, where did you get this beautiful silk robe?
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great.
Well, it's mine now,
Shut up,
sucker.
Max. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
Did you actually witness the
I'm
lynching?
sorry to say I did, officer.
This is just the break we've been looking for.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Start from the beginning.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows.
Oh, right, they killed him before they hanged him.
That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Did they see you see it?
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Who were
I
they?
couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanity.
Many of
I
them.
couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices.
Well, how was he able to see
They
them
were
before?
threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the
You're
RCM?
right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was
That's
all
it?
this happening,
I don't-
approximately?
I don't think he told us anything we didn't already know.
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
Damn it.
I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
What's an official like you doing in mayonnaise?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Alright, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it.
Oh, okay.
It is an interesting project.
I believe you.
The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
Wait, this is 8 stories? I've only been to like 3 of
You
them.
could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
There's some kind of bureaucrat.
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations...
Just call it the coalition. That's shorter.
It is the most important thing.
It doesn't tell me
It's the
anything.
central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément.
Well, it's been
Too much
changing.
inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure, I might need to kill some time later.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral inter. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency. It's the international organization for moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of
Oh,
Price Stability
moral
is
intern, I
just
get it.
one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
We're moral interns, bitches.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch.
Debatable.
Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
What is a normal, stable
The
world?
Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, Sur-la-Clé.
Doesn't seem very normal or
Martinez?
stable to me.
No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
I checked out of this conversation like 3 paragraphs ago. I don't even know what he's saying at this point. It sounds boring. The ideology of foreign occupiers. Democracy is a meaningless sham. It is like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Ah, my friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
And you're telling me this world here is working out well?
It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Sur-la-Clef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
of Epis.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose
Darling, that can't be an official designation.
because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
I love meatballs. I had some meatballs earlier tonight.
Oranje is an exemplary nation
With
who,
extra long
as a core
spaghetti.
member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community. As founding members,
Seriously,
they are both very
those spaghetti
different.
strands were like 2 feet long. I didn't
Oranje
realize
carries
it when I
lots of
bought
extra
them.
weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clé hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions. Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
I don't know. I'm just hearing a bunch of
In fact,
platitudes.
anything about Oranje?
You talk like a normal person.
About what?
Tell me what it's like in Orange.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow. Whatever you wish.
Tell me about your friend.
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
Huh?
That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What, 2 years ago?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes, sweet standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
What's the next level?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Wow.
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is it going to be a part of
It's
EPIS?
one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Do they?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
No one becomes friends that
Au
way.
contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Who?
Your friend, the smoker.
But I told you, officer. He's a
Captain
bright young man
Smoker.
here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
What's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
I've got all I
A
need.
moment, officer.
Oh.
Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Why can't we talk
It's
later?
against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
My work here is done.
Of course.
I've
I'm sorry
already
I couldn't
stolen
wait.
everything from the apartment.
Good luck with the investigation.
None of this is weird.
Was there anything else? Of course.
All right. Wait. Hell yeah. Can I wear a shirt with this? Awesome. All right. I think we can call it a night now. Pretty sure there's nothing left to do until morning. Oh god, it's so dark in here. Fuck. Guys, if we can get me to 300 Twitch followers by the end of the year, I'm going to stream sex. Yes, you heard me right. The act of sex streamed live on Twitch. Fuck, that's the wrong door. Alright, it's party time. Give me a drink.
Can I help you? Do I have a...
It's not a shake.
Am I wearing... Am I...
Because he's not.
Because I'm...
Play it calm.
Well, you're not getting it! Arsehole!
This is a thoughtful exchange, but can we move on, please?
Alright, yeah, I think it's time to pack it in for the night. Not me, in the game, I mean. In case that wasn't clear. Wait, aren't we gonna, like, chat on the
bed is
balcony?
still cold from the broken window.
I thought we were gonna do that every night.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud.
Oh,
The
God.
waves are coming, carrying you away.
Forgot about this
You
weird part.
can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety
A photal
But you
ball of
cannot.
safety.
because of the pain.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Wasn't this the express to fuck Alborough?
Now you've gone off the rails, baby. Now you're stuck sitting here by the tracks. admiring the wreck around you. You just can't help it, looking at yourself. The sum total of your accomplishments. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Talk a little faster. Looking at people all the time. I like them.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Put on your prettiest face for the masses.
Rock and roll. Damn, it's never enough sleep, is it? Alright, we got work to do. We can finally get to the other side of the town. Wait, where's Kim again? Is he in his room or is he downstairs?
The door is...
Yes?
Just not even gonna bother talking to the old characters. So which way was it? Was it this way? Yeah, it was south. Hey, here are the workmen. Wait, don't tell me they haven't fixed it yet.
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
Oh, thank God.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks. And if you wanted to forge that document for Evrard, now you can.
Wait, so if we forge the document, the community center won't be built, right? There's something inside? Hell yeah, there is. 90 cents. Almost $1. Ah, the beach. My happy place. So who the hell wrecked this
And
car?
the carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
Oh,
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
what's a monkfish?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, weird. Hold on. This is a monkfish. Actually, I think I'm going to keep him around.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ.
I did not. But I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday. Let's
do.
wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Did on the swing? Actually do that? Oh, that's
As you
awesome.
sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car.
Weird police officers.
The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches.
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Okay,
Yeah, to
he's there.
varying
I
effect.
can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to, well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some rites of passage rituals. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
30 more minutes? We're 30 minutes since we started.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment.
I'm not one
30
for
more
small
minutes
talk
pass.
in general. You make out the marquee now?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Yeah, real salt of the earth guys.
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
Like it's a race car?
Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Is it like printed on the side of the car like a race car? The factory made a mistake and accidentally called it Caprice 41.
But it could also be the number of a police precinct. Precinct 41.
Oh shit, that's my
One
car?
precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
No.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
It's a
The
coincidence.
lieutenant just
Maybe someone stole my car and drove it into the sea.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea.
Wait. I thought this was the car that was used to tear down the fence for the hanging. I can still fix it. Maybe I was in pursuit of
Of
someone.
whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably. Try definitely.
I can still fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast.
No, I mean the
It's what
situation. I can
electronic
still fix the
fuse break
situation.
systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one
I
undamaged
can
component
recover
in
from
there.
this.
In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one.
Wait, maybe my gun is in there.
Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
I didn't even pay a hostel bill.
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my
Oh,
client.
but they'll still reimburse me, right?
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
At least I can see what's in there now. Maybe my gun or my badge?
Let's go take a look.
There's a fuel can. Oh wait, maybe there's I was supposed to use fuel as paint, right? Oh shit, I was the commander?
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Harrier.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
What kind of a name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Pleased
Accept
to
it.
make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, No doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
Is that allowed?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it. catching
Rank
the light.
Lieutenant
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
W.
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
Are you a W?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
What's a décomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers.
You have teenagers working at
sergeant,
the
lieutenant,
station?
Then a captain. That's basically it.
It's gotta go against some labor law.
Kings like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already explained. You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you for now.
Thought my rank
Try
was
not to spoil it.
drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. No, that
Good.
gives me hope.
Such a small yet precious thing.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain.
I wish I had 4 brains.
He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. The badge in your hand.
Alright, that was a nice time killer. There's nothing else to examine. The gun's not in there. I like how I'm still wearing this goofy ass hat with the police jacket. Wait, you can quick travel in this game? Since when?
Hi, officer.
The net picker. I like her earrings. A sword in a scabbard hangs on her hip. Dude, this lady is badass.
Anything I can help you with?
I am the
You
lawbringer.
graduated to Lawbringer now?
Men with authority have their quirks. Comes with never being second guessed about anything. So what brings you here, Lawbringer?
Where are we exactly?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed,
What is she, a genie?
always confused
Oh,
as to where we
does this count as a wish? Do you wish to know the answer to this question? Fuck off.
Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People look for imaginary animals.
Aha! Like snowmen.
No, man.
Two old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Well, how can I assist you
I
then?
want to find some snowmen. Nice sword.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
You know how to use it?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
Guns are expensive and fragile, I think. Besides, I got kids. Can't have guns around them, and sometimes a sharp blade is enough to keep folks at bay. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Can I borrow it?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check? You would put me in an early grave. What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
Behold, point to the expression on your face. Do you like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin. It's like a shield.
Hell yeah.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes.
Where are all the menfolk gone?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Gone. To the waves. The sea took him.
Oh,
It was a long time ago. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
no way. Not at 3%. What do you do around here? Pick net?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Hell yeah.
Keep it professional.
That's where I got my sunglasses
Don't make
from.
it sound like you're hitting on her.
What have you found?
Wood, pieces of glass.
Wood?
Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Like an active one?
Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general. Most of the time it's just wood and glass.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
Why don't you leave?
Nowhere. The fish are plentiful here and we get enough orders to get by. It's not great, but it's something.
I understand.
Exactly. I don't mean
Still
to
at
complain
3%.
about my sad pauper life. We do manage all right. We're tough people here. Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
I'm looking for someone else, but don't take this the wrong way. I'm not pursuing them romantically. Oh wait, I already asked her that.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Actually, wait, I want to see what she has to say about Everard's envelope.
Hi, the sea's gonna calm down soon.
I want to see if she's for it or against it.
Are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the union building? What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
What?
That Everard and the union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess union members have children too.
And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter.
Aye, if you say so. Probably better that way. I mean, who likes construction noise?
That's my car in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
I wasn't feeling it.
Wasn't feeling it. That calls for a funeral, if you ask me. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all.
Maybe I should.
Quite odd. Our things are part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music?
We'll
to
just
play
bury it
the
at
grave?
sea. We won't even have to move it.
Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
Yeah, but the smell, though.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
Pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenating doomed commercial areas.
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do.
Damn it, Harry's got no riz. That boat's gonna float away. It's a babushka!
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago.
Huh?
You also came to take care of trouble.
I think she's mistaking me for
Which
someone
you
else.
did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen. No, not you personally.
Oh.
I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
Took him out behind the woodshed,
She
so to
says
speak.
it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Maybe they are afraid because you're an ill omen, but you're still
I'm a
welcome
good
here,
omen.
as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage.
Oh, don't worry. I
and
found
not
a
lot
place.
of houses or a lot of people. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Oh, hell yeah.
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die in the cold.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours.
You got yourself a tenant.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. Henry Dubois.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says. Huh, I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part, the part we need to get out of our houses. Have you asked Lillian about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's on board. Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap, a blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
Ah, so the suburbs then.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Pornographically poor. That's a new one.
The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
It's a cold, cynical smile.
Riddles. Fits with the general ambiance here.
Aye. Sometimes it's as though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
I'm also lost.
Oh, it seems to be a common theme these days. Isn't that what people always think when they are lost? Something I can do for you to find your way, officer? Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the
Fox?
Fox. An old military hospital and its surroundings.
Cool, I want to go
After the
explore an
war,
abandoned
It
hospital.
was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. And the goodwill ran out. The staff here for you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks try hiding from their women.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes.
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. If you knew. And then there's the drugs. Lillian is tough. Sooner or later.
I'm gonna speed this up.
Schmaltz, rinse.
Further down the
Not much.
coast.
There's the abandoned church. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
So, they don't hold services there anymore?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant.
Wait,
I
which
don't
is it?
know exactly. A pre-war place. It
Anything
used to
of
be
note?
Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk.
We want to come to a
But
fish
it's
market
closed.
here.
No one. That's why it's closed. It was once a bustling place. Now, what catch we do bring in? What? You're one of used to be a supply depot, we think. And now you know everything there is.
This is just like Stardew Valley. You have a choice to either rejuvenate the community or sell out to development. This is the last single skill, so I'll learn that. Here's a roofless house. What does that say? Alien something? They forgot to put the door on this building. Fucking idiots. Idiot builders. Wait, what are these footprints? Are these mine? Probably. Wait, how do I get over there? Oh, through the gate. There are a lot of spots in Massachusetts that look like this.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass.
This is like Menemsha in the wintertime.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom? That's nice. My
Yeah,
mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
I met your mom last night.
It's a grouse.
Rouse.
Wasn't Garth, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
Can I have it?
Sure. Just go and get it. I don't like it anyways.
All right. You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
I'll take out my gun and shoot it down.
It's Lammy.
What's that you're holding? I
He's
want
my
it too.
friend. Sort of. Like,
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Yes, very soft. Isn't he soft?
Oh, damn it. I didn't even need to use those drugs.
Bye!
Can I just grab it? All right. I'm sure their mom will be fine with it. Ooh, I can sell it for 13 bucks. Leave the house, immediately peep in the window.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means. This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
The stone.
Do they just take the same image and mirror it?
His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs.
Hilarious.
Wow, so intellectually stimulating.
Kids are stupid.
You're stupid. Okay.
You guys look
The
identical.
stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. The rock kicker was just being shy.
You're bad with kids.
What are you, Kid Master General?
Maybe I am. Now, how about some actual police work?
I've never even asked him if he has kids. Are these the aforementioned drunks?
Hey, tequila!
Idiot doom spiral?
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating
Oh, these
you?
must be my old drinking buddies.
So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang.
I'm on a 50-year losing streak.
That's harsh. I'm like 3 or maybe 4 years into mine. Wait, no. Make it 5. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddy.
Wow, rip.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
We are saving the world. Please. Please don't go. Don't go. Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me. It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
Do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, you sure don't.
Oh.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Sure, I'll bite.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset, I mean you.
He stayed for 3 days and then he left on Friday. Now, how did he leave on Friday?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer. and it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them.
It is. Does that sound like something you'd do? Yeah,
Probably.
probably. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
What happened then?
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
He's pretty articulate for someone who's hammered.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence, a gasp of silence, if you will, followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded
Man, how
like
the hell am I
someone
alive?
broke the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things." Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep.
Damn.
Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset.
You say so.
Ours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revachol.
Damn, he went on a whole weekend bender.
How they're beautiful
Ouch.
and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail.
Dude, let her
Seemed
go.
Pretty painful, to be honest with you.
Did I mention
If I
losing
had to
anything else?
decide your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too. You
Colleagues?
told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
That sounds like me.
No specifics, though.
The case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you.
Classic tequila
I
sunset.
didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
Uh-huh, sure.
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
Fuck yeah.
As you've already determined, the actual number is 216. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so...
Oh, he wants me to get him a refill, huh?
You might get scammed here.
I don't want it, man. I need it. Can't tell stories without it. So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doomspire?
Here, you need it more than me, clearly.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail! Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural...
Oh, is he the one that made that game?
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often. It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
Oh, dude, you gotta get some earbuds.
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels
Put on some
encircle
talking
his
heads.
irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
I've been there.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten.
You've got to be shitting me.
Key. I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
What happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation.
Oh, assholes.
People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on.
Ooh, I could use some of those.
I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
I'm almost homeless myself. Doesn't seem so bad.
The hobo lifestyle definitely has some perks. Not having to pay rent, first and foremost. Not being responsible for 20 other people is nice, too. But that charm wears off pretty quickly. Before you know it, you're wearing a shit-stained tracksuit and spending your days picking tear. What's it about? I'll let my hand address the situation. Maybe you've heard. I used to be a very successful businessman. I've signed more than a few lease forms or whatever the fuck they were. Anyone's got a pen? The pro's gonna do it. All right. Hey, Abs. Don't you? You call Abigail? I need you to sign this document right here. Don't call her. Don't call Abigail? Great job, Abs. Nailed it.
I have the pen.
Don't know if I've mentioned it, but I used to be a businessman. And as a businessman, I am going to keep the pen. For my trouble.
Okay, Dick.
No, that was my favorite thing of all the things you have. My favorite is the gun he lost.
That's it.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Feels like a 1,000 fucking real, man. Doing good.
Don't call Abigail.
Thank you for your services, gentlemen.
Wait, can I talk to them individually?
Don't call Abigail.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail.
Who is she?
Uh-huh. Abigail.
You're not going to get anything out. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Don't call Abigail.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope.
I actually thought I was only going to get one signature. I wanted to see what happened if I got one real one and one forged one, but I guess it's too late now.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
I'm a cop, not your friend.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real.
Tell me some
I also
speed.
have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine. Bottoms up, Captain.
Do I have smokes in my inventory?
In the civilized...
Yeah, I do. Where else can I go? What's that? Oh, that's the back tire of my car. I think I found the church. This is where I'll start my new cult. Oh, god damn it, I just bought some of that. Waste of money. Oh well, I pretty much made back all the money I spent anyway. And then some. Why is there so much ice here? Seawater doesn't actually freeze, does it? Because it's salty.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
What is this? A drug den?
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
Annoyed?
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your sign. See? It's already going wrong. Sign is off.
Scared? Angry? It's hard to say which this man is. You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Looks like David Bowie.
And Egghead.
And he looks like Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes.
Egg!
Oh my god! Now that is a portrait.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers. We have many in the pipeline, officer.
How many music venues have you organized? And no, your mom's basement does not count.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Honest for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock...
This dude wants to be a SoundCloud rapper.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts! Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
Strike that! The word! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
Huh.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I don't know, I'm a bit of a dopehead myself.
Oh, if it was just like that, it would be fine. But they're also spooky.
What do you mean spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Put the community center there instead of knocking down houses.
Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
You said it, Egg.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll take a look at it.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation. I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
Catch the key as it flies toward you. Fuck yes.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you.
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
You sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
You know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, yeah.
I knew you'd get it. You're one smart cop.
He nods attentively, ready to answer the question.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know.
What are ecclesiasticals?
Oh, yeah. That's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society.
Are they more powerful than the
They're
Union?
custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint
What the fuck are you talking about, Paramecium Church?
made the Innocentic system, no?
That sounds exactly like the people who would want a loud dance club in their church.
You're right, they do.
The Pericanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse.
That's sound logic right there.
Out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Fuck yeah.
Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Yes. What?
Reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water. Oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery.
My liege.
There's nothing for you to grab hold of.
The what now? Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe.
Sounds fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Oh.
Nosafed is the shit.
I have some?
Sure. Here you go, officer.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. Well, there's also the machinery.
What?
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a meth lab.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
The other
Which
one.
other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Oh, it's one of that guy's cryptids he's looking for.
Like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Well, we are near the ocean.
Crab man! Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
So he hasn't even been in there lately.
You should ask her about it, but be nice.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let...
Alright, I'm gonna speed this up. Tell me about the machinery.
PEA. Alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner.
Talk to Noid then.
Well, honestly, I can't, but I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't
And
let
you're
all
not?
the technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from? Sure. What?
Well, first of all, the gist of it is they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. Plus, and it has to be considered.
Alright.
As always.
I've heard enough. Can I talk to Noid now? Am I cool enough?
And now you want to discuss things with Noid? That's fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment. I'm doing what I can.
He looks like a well thought out individual. The synchronization might be worth it in the long run.
Weird stuff. Specialized. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachel's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
I know, man. I was just talking about the aesthetic. Nothing's wrong with it. Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human.
Alright.
A young man
Egg?
with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore internally coherent. Encore! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
Under the radar, over the top.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Nah.
Yes?
Are you,
Looking girl
Estelle?
in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand.
Oh. Hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, Hossie. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
So should you.
I have a hat on.
Oh. I didn't notice that. Yeah, well. Look, man, fuck the hat. I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
That device you have there.
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
Huh?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No idea.
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
Oh, the boxer contact mic.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
He's a role model, damn it.
An entire litany spews forth.
You should try to be more like him.
Man, you are one weird cop. What is it with you and this Mike guy? Okay, if it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me. I'll keep that in mind for future use.
Where'd you get that mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium. Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock.
Booby
Musicians
Street?
live there, like real musicians. I once saw.
I heard Booby Street. Who's this Arlo guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Elysium going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
I'm hip.
That's cool. Sure. The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound. Okay.
What did you see in there?
That. You're not going to believe me.
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crab Man, than the others.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab.
Awesome.
Down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Kim, do you know if drugs can make you climb up walls like Spider-Man?
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top.
A mesh tank top like
I know
the
it
one
sounds
I'm wearing?
ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw. Why?
Too ludicrous for a lie. What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else? My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on.
Ah, she's embarrassed by them.
Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones.
What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place, and I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Here, you need this hat more than I do. Oh shit, I should have picked a different hat. I like that one.
Go ahead.
The device is cold to the touch.
Shit.
Okay, bye.
Damn it, now I have one less hat. So this must be the church. How do we get inside? Oh, there's a drawbridge over here.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up, barely holding it up. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
I hope we get snow this winter. We didn't get much last year. If it's gonna be cold as fuck, I at least want it to look pretty.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone.
Who are you gonna call?
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Random number.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. End of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
I might be.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died. Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
How does he not hear me? He's standing 3 feet away. What is this place? Mega Beano's prescription lenses. There's a new thing. Can't do contact mic yet. Know about Iron Mike. Wait, what? Why did the camera just shift?
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper. In the trash bin, 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how much change I could get for that?
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. It's no older than a day or 2. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. A man lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent.
Oh, this is another corpse.
At an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom-made.
Ooh, can I have it?
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair.
Oof.
One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits. Or maybe it was just dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50.
Man, that could be Harry in a few years.
There's some dried blood
He's not
on the
careful.
metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
Nope, just this one.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Oh God, Harry, look out!
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits. With
It sounds like no one missed him, because
the man meant to enjoy himself.
this is the first I'm hearing of this guy.
Tear all around us.
Rubowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape. The blackness of death. Stench.
Ooh!
You think you see white chewing gum too.
Free gum.
Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home.
Oh, so he does have someone to go back home to.
I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
The wedding ring. But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
You gonna have to do with the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
No one should be held responsible for this boardwalk.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Oh, yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. It
Right.
does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What do we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Alright,
Take it.
we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema.
We better watch our steps around here. I've unlocked a pretty big area to explore. This is like half the game. Oh, is this the church? What is this? Oh, it's the electrical plant. Development with two P's.
A once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Who are these guys?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
What was that about Windows?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Oh, interesting.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program.
The game!
He's been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really
Get a load of this
enjoys
guy.
Trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
No, I mean, come on. You need the money.
Can I have some unimportant money?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
Aw.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff.
You work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Stick fighting? You mean like those old Newgrounds videos?
Lo Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating
Love that
from
shit.
the island of Lo Mantang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent.
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition of the Harli people. The name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures...
Oh god, here we go.
As he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind, seasoning it with
I
unexpected...
feel like I'm watching an episode of Baki.
Man, he's good at speaking.
Talking about stick fighting for like 20
boring you
minutes.
with details again. You were saying? Then I guess everything got said, right? Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Whoa.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
Imagine that computers for the average consumer
haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk.
Boardwalk?
Valentine's built Martinez proper as a result. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Yes.
What kind of pleasure?
Star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
Uh-oh.
10 years ago,
Oh,
I did
God.
a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
Oh.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory.
You're making this
There
up.
were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
RCM should get some of those.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to the precious device. But so they did. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld Playback Experience. But those are incorrect. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands.
What happened to the
Oh, I'm
engineers
afraid
and
it
company
didn't end well
people?
for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you
Oh,
would...
thank God.
He means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys were bourgeois.
You know what bourgeoisie is, Michael?
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet.
The boy looks first at you, then back at his father.
What they do with the
For military
computers?
communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What's that?
That's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
But of course. What? Sure.
No, I don't.
But of course. No, thanks to you.
Pick your...
Oh my god. What a fucking chatterbox that guy was. Alright. I think I'm about ready to wrap up the stream now. There's a lot more to explore in this area. So I will come back to it next week. Is there even a library in this town? I haven't seen one. Alright, that'll do it. That'll do it for tonight. Once again, thank you everyone who came by tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night with more Mario RPG. If you want, check out my links down below if you want to keep up with stream updates, or if you just like what I do and want to see more of what I do. All of my streams are up on YouTube under the live tab. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, I'm going to find someone to raid. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I hope you all have a good one.
And Rigby, you were one of 15 Trump patriots chosen for a 500% match. But if you fail to use it by 11:59 p.m., it'll go to waste. Don't let Trump down. Oh, you failed to use your 500% match, and it expired. 15 Trump patriots were chosen. Why did you let us down? Final chance. 500% match for 1 hour. Mordecai and Rigby, we texted you twice. Why did you let your 500% Trump House Patriot match expire again? We'll give you one more chance. 500% match for 1 hour, or you're fired!